Hello once again, you wonderful people. This is Michael, the founder of Operation IELTS, and I truly appreciate your time in tuning into this video. I know that you're all extremely busy trying to juggle your IELTS preparation with your work commitments, your families, and other things. So my desire is to keep my videos as short as possible, but to pack them full of useful information that will help you to get to the band that you need. Now, to make watching a video an interactive experience is extremely difficult because obviously I'm sitting here and you're sitting there, wherever you are, on the train, on the bus, sitting at home, at work. Should you be watching a video at work? I'm just joking. So I'm going to set you a couple of tasks during this video that I think will help you to interact with the content, because I don't want the information to go in one ear and out the other. Have you heard that idiom before? In one ear and out the other? If you haven't, look it up. It's a good one. So if you don't already know, and you probably do, the IELTS Academic Writing Task 1 requires you to summarize information presented on a graph or a table or a map or a bar chart. So today we're going to focus on a bar chart. There it is. And as the title suggests, it's a bar chart that tells us the number of men who completed undergraduate degrees in Sweden between 1990 and 1999. Now, before anyone messages me angry about the statistics, maybe a Swedish person who says that, no, there were many more graduates than that during that period of time. I know, I made the numbers up myself because the numbers are not particularly important for this exercise, but the title is. And because, as you probably know already, the first paragraph of your academic writing task 1 should be a paraphrase of the title of the source of data. And there's the information on the screen. So your task 1 is going to begin with a paraphrase of that title. Paraphrasing means to write a sentence in your own words, and it's an important language skill because if you can do it successfully, it shows that you have a broad vocabulary and a deep understanding of the original sentence. But it's important to remember that paraphrasing does not mean changing every single word in the sentence, because that's impossible. We don't change grammatical function words, and we also don't change proper nouns or other words that it's difficult for us to find synonyms for. So here's your first task. What I want you to do is I want you to look at the title on the screen there, where it says the bar chart shows the number of men who completed undergraduate degrees in Sweden between 1990 and 1999. And I want you to find the words that you think it's not necessary to paraphrase. I repeat, not necessary. So pause the video now, find those words, and then press play again. I'll still be here when you get back. Don't worry. Did you do it? I hope so. So these are the words that I think we don't need to paraphrase. Bar chart, the words in red I'm talking about. Bar chart, there's no need to change that. The words the, who, and in, because these are grammatical function words. That's an article, a pronoun, and a preposition respectively. And so there's little benefit in trying to change them. In fact, it's probably impossible to do so. And Sweden, because Sweden is a proper noun. And trying to use other words to describe Sweden would be ridiculous. We could say something like the country to the north of Denmark or something like that. But it would be entirely unnecessary, and you should not try to paraphrase proper nouns. So I've also underlined 2 other words that you can see, which are men and undergraduate degrees, as it might be possible to find synonyms for these words, but I don't think that it's necessary. Using a synonym for those words would probably make it the whole sentence a little bit unnatural, and therefore we're going to avoid it in this case. So that leaves us with these following words that can be changed, the words that are illustrated in blue, which are shows, number, completed, and between. So now time for task 2. Now that we've identified the words that we could change, I'd like you to pause the video and go and write down your own version of this sentence. Think about synonyms, other words or phrases that have the same or similar meaning to the words in the sentence in blue. Go on, pause it. Go and do it now. Well done. So let's have a look at the words that I came up with. For shows, I thought of demonstrates or illustrates. For number, I came up with quantity. For completed, I think the obvious word to replace it would be finished. But then I thought of the other words achieved or gained. And those words raise an important point. They are not direct synonyms of the word complete. And that means you can't always replace the verb complete with the verb achieve, for example. But in this sentence, the word complete means the same as the words achieve or gain. And that is why it's very important for you to read the sentence and gain an understanding of the meaning of it before attempting to paraphrase, because your understanding of the meaning of the sentence may open up more options for you when you come to paraphrase the sentence. And for the final word, between, I selected the words, or the phrase rather, during the period. Now remember that a paraphrase doesn't need to be one word replacing another word. You are perfectly entitled to use a phrase to replace a word as long as the meaning of the sentence stays the same. So once we put all of those words together, we come up with a sentence that looks a bit like this one. The bar chart demonstrates the quantity of men who gained undergraduate degrees in Sweden during the period 1990 to 2000. Is that one similar to the one that you produced? And now we would write this sentence at the very beginning of our academic writing task 1, and then we would go on to write an overview and examine some more of the statistics in closer detail. So I hope this video on paraphrasing has given you an insight into how to paraphrase, and please do keep an eye on the Operation IELTS Instagram and Facebook pages. And all the best to you with your studies, and don't watch videos at work. And I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Take care.